So as some of you guys probably saw on the channel, one of my favorite artists decided to drop a surprise album this year. Again, that is of course Justin Bieber, who just came out of nowhere and dropped Swag. Again, I kind of did like a review for that on the channel, and again, it actually did a little bit better than what I thought it would. So I thought, you know what, let's do another one, because one of my other favorite artists, of course, just dropped an album as well, which we knew was coming. Again, this album didn't sneak up on us like a librarian like Justin Bieber's did. We actually knew this album was coming, and of course that is Machine Gun Kelly's Lost Americana album. Again, I'm a massive MGK fan. For those of you who didn't know, again, you can kind of see it up there. Tickets to My Downfall is my all-time favorite album, and that stays up there. Again, on top of my radio over there, which you can't really see, there's even a signed MGK album cover. Again, I'm a massive fan. I love all of his music, where it's his rock, his pop, his rap. The bloke can pretty much do everything. But again, in saying that, I was a little bit nervous for this Lost Americana album, because again, I really did like Cliche. Obviously, I thought that was a pretty good, catchy song. Vampire Diaries is actually one of my all-time favorite MGK songs, and I didn't mind Miss Sunshine as well. But hearing little rumors that this album was made with like no features, hearing rumors as well that this album is not only made by pretty much just him and all of his bandmates, but there'd been no production help from Travis Barker outside of Vampire Diaries. And I think this was the first actual album that was made since leaving the record label. There was a little bit of me that was saying, hold on, this could be really, really different, and I'm not exactly too sure if it's going to be good. Again, the album released, I of course have now just listened to it, and I definitely have a lot of thoughts and opinions on it. And again, I have to say, even though I did like the album, I definitely feel like this is one of his weakest albums he's ever made. Again, he doesn't really have, in my opinion, really much weak songs. Again, a lot of people who hate him just because of the Eminem beef really don't know or have even listened to his music for that matter. But again, his last album, Mainstream Salad, was an incredibly catchy punk album. Again, Tickets to My Downfall before that was one of the greatest punk rock albums, pop punk albums I've ever heard. I mean, it is my all-time favorite album. Like, just was great. And then again, even Hotel Diablo before that, the rap album that, and his last rap album that was released, were all fantastic. Again, Lost Americana, in my opinion, just comes not really too close to the levels of the other one. And I do wonder if MGK might have been a little bit out of his depth here, if he did need a little bit of help, or is it less so that MGK was out of his depth, or overall the people who he had working on his music, you know, who were his full-time bandmates, like of course Baze and Rook and whatnot, were they enough to actually produce a really good album? Again, there are some takeaways that I have from it, and I'd just like to say, I think the second half of the album is really good. I think when you get to track 5, the album becomes a pretty good album. And if you just started off at track 5, I'd probably be like, this is actually a pretty good album. Again, Vampire Diaries is very, very solid. Miss Sunshine is okay. Sweet Coraline, I know a lot of people like, I think it's okay. Indigo, though, I think is an amazing song. I think one of his, outside of Vampire Diaries, one of his best songs he has made as well. Again, Starman was pretty good. Tell Me What's Up, I liked. And I actually really liked the last couple songs, which I feel like really broke down his relationship with Megan Fox. And I think it was track 12, of course, Treading Water, which seemed like it had a lot of apology moments. Again, I actually screenshot a lyric which I thought was very good, but he actually says, "And I loved you truly, that's why it's hard to let it go. I broke this home, but I'll change for our daughter so she's not alone." Again, fantastic. Like, MGK at his all-time best is when he's a highly good, very well done lyricist. And those lyrics are great, like an apology, and I think kind of addressing the rumors of him and Megan Fox breaking up and some of the stuff we've heard on why they've broken up. Again, that was great. And then his last song was entirely written about Megan Fox, and that was great. And getting to listen to it and explore his relationship with her was fantastic. But I gotta say, his first 4 songs, I have a lot to critique. Again, I think Cliché is a very catchy song, but I think if you're gonna have Cliché as a very big catchy song, which isn't depending on lyrics or anything like that, you have to have good songs around it. And Outlaw Overture, I like the first half of the song. I think the first half of the song is pretty good, but the second half, I just didn't mess with the beat change, the instrumental change. I didn't like it at all. Again, Don't Wait, Run Fast, which as MGK described as being a song that he can actually play, to hype up, because he actually described it saying there are a lot of his recent songs, some of them are just catchy and some of them are, even sad, like Plays When I'm Gone or Twin Flame, I guess, but he really doesn't have a really big hype song as of late, and that's the way he described it. So he made Don't Wait, Run Fast, and again, I think the instrumental is really repetitive on that, especially with the drums and the electric guitar. I mean, I don't know if I really rate it. And I mean, the song Goddamn is, well, goddamn, it's terrible. It's a terrible song. I will be, like, as a massive MGK fan, I will say that Goddamn is a really, really, really bad song. I don't know how and why it made the album. I mean, the amount of songs that he has made that have been unreleased and have been leaked that were 10 times better than this one, making me think that he probably had a bunch of unreleased songs that were way better than this one. Again, why and how this made the album, in my opinion, I did not like it at all. So, yeah, this is a really tough album, like, to review. As someone who really likes music and really likes MGK, again, as I said, Tickets to My Downfall is my all-time favorite album. I liked Mainstream Sellout. I really liked Hotel Diablo. I think you can imagine me when I was listening to this last night and I'm 4 songs in and I'm like, wow, this is not good. This is not good at all. Again, very, very lucky that track 5, Vampire Diaries, really picks up. I mean, it's like a completely different album. From track 5 and onwards, it is a completely different album, in my opinion. So I really find it strange on what happened there. Again, as I mentioned, some of the problems that I think probably came with this album were there might not have been enough cooks in the kitchen. Again, usually I think an album might be criticized for having too much cooks in the kitchen. Again, this one didn't have any cooks in the kitchen at all. Like, when you actually go and look at the writers for this album, there's like 4 writers who wrote this. And I know MGK as a writer is counting all his bandmates as well, but you had a lady who worked on it named Emma Rosen, who I don't think really has anything to her name that is too notable, which doesn't always mean everything, but doesn't have too much to her name. I think Modson wrote a song. I mean, Megan Fox is listed as a writer. We're not going to count that one. I'm pretty sure even Femme was listed as a writer, but I think that was just her part. Don't think that had anything to do with MGK's part at all. Again, I think there might have been one other writer, like maybe Nick Long, who's a regular, collaborator with him as well. But yeah, it was very strange considering a lot of his other albums have had like, another writer for pretty much every song. This was really, written by MGK. And I mean, some of the stuff I think he wrote really best was the rap songs on the album. Again, MGK is an incredible writer when it comes to rap, in my opinion, an incredible lyricist. But some of these songs that are trying to be more catchy and whatnot, like a Goddamn, I don't think he hit the mark with that one. And I feel like there must have been better songs out there that he could have picked. So overall, yeah, second half of the album, I love it. It's really good. First half of the album, very disappointing. Very disappointed. I wasn't happy with that at all. And I'm here to say that I didn't really like the first half. Again, I am very excited for his rap album that is coming. And as I said, MGK is a great lyricist. He is a great lyricist when it comes to rap. And we've already heard some sneak peeks with the rap album, and it sounds pretty good. Again, I think he might be, collaborating with like a Benny X or someone like that again as a producer who are very good. And I understand he wanted to make Lost Americana a very independent album, and that's what he did. But I would love to hear some more producing, some more variety in the producers, maybe some more variety in the writing as well. And I think we're going to be getting that with his rap album, which I don't know when that's coming out, but I'm very, very excited for it. Again, I'd very much like to hear all your thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section down below. Did you guys like MGK's new album, or did you guys not? Do you agree with everything I've said, or do you guys not? Again, I'd very much like to know your thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to the channel for sports content, I guess album reviews. Again, my gaming/movie channel, which will be linked down below as well. And I guess I'll be seeing you guys next time. Goodbye.